After a video hiatus to take time off for finals last week and introducing ABC Squared yesterday and getting you guys rolling with our new project, we're back to the featured tutorial. All right, so today I want to just backtrack a little bit. Hey, ABC Squared. Now this, as you know, comes from this PDF, which is a brilliant writing strategy put together by Valhalla teachers, but presented in a tragically typographic horror package of great big letters and little letters that make up the same word. And we talked yesterday, hey, what if this A had a circle around it or something and actually said, address the prompt, and then had the subtext below it, adding a little design, a little flair, a little professionalism to this document so people approach it a little differently. So that's one of our tasks, to create a new PDF for this project. But let's look for a second at this image that I chose to represent. Hey, look, our quests, they're starting to stack up. We're going to fill this page. It's going to overflow by the end of the year. Oh my goodness. But creating this. So let's jump to Photoshop, because that's where a lot of this work was done. But if you notice, hey, a vector smart object. This came from Illustrator, so the text itself came from Illustrator. But look at how it was built up. Hey, this layer is invisible because, hey, this idea didn't work. So added a color fill, and then back to my vector smart objects, a color overlay that turned that black to white. And if you wonder what that is, this is the effects panel, and you can get to that down here just by hovering over that. It says add a layer style, and you can play around with this. Don't go overboard. The drop shadow by default is black. I happen to sample, if you want to sample a good color, I sampled from the color that already existed, okay, and then lowered the opacity. There's all kinds of settings here that you can play around with. To get out of that. And then, oh look, Grunge Brushes, and they're Grunge Brushes that we created in prior tutorials. A dodge and burn layer, you know all about that. And then a couple of curves layers to give this thing a little richer feel. That's how that was created in Photoshop. But let's jump over to Illustrator and say, what the heck is that? How those scribbly lines get there? And we're going to come back and I'm going to show you not only how those scribbly lines got there, but I'm going to show you a trick, because I have seen some of you, oh my goodness, trying to add strokes, let's turn that off, and not being able to achieve something like this. So we're going to come back, and I'm not saying, please, I am not suggesting that your design should have strokes on it. I just want to feed two birds with one seed this morning and get you rolling and off. Oh yeah, and how did that 2 get up there? Watching some of you work on that too was entertaining yesterday.